Alright, thank you for tuning in to this tutorial. This is a new updated spreadsheet that we did. Very short, simple, and to the point. Basically, the heart and soul of the system is the pulse waves. For those of you who are not accustomed to the terminology, trust me, you'll pick it up in no time. When we say APWBO, that is an aggressive pulse wave breakout buy signal. If you see NEG, APWBO, that's a negative aggressive pulse wave breakout. Okay, so for instance, in column F, which is the pulse wave signals, let's use an example here in the euro. You see right here, APWBO, that's an aggressive pulse wave entry. So that's a buy signal saying that a pulse wave is developing and you want to buy that. Likewise, if you see a negative APWBO, such as in the Japanese yen, that is a pulse wave signal to sell short. Okay, and then you'll get signals where it says you can play both long and short, meaning we don't know which way the market's going to break out, but one of those price triggers are going to definitely break out. The market's going to break out either up or down, such as the British pound with this signal today. All right. Looking at the next columns G here. Column G is important because this is the Pandora day trader signals. Okay, and when there's no day trade signal, it'll say sidelines, no signal, such as in the euro for today. Okay. Likewise, you'll see Pandora second long, so it's telling you that you're going to be looking to buying opportunities. If you see Pandora RSID breakout, negative momentum first long, such as in the Austrian dollar, it's telling you that you're basically going to be buying the pullback. Okay, it's negative momentum. You're going to be looking to get long. It says take the first long trigger, and we'll take a look at the price triggers in a moment. So this is the day trade system right here. The next column is column H. This is your trend indicator. Okay, so letting you know these are your trend readings. So letting you know if you're in a bull trend, a bear trend, up down trend, or if the market is in a weak trend or what have you. A weak trend usually means consolidation. Okay, it means that it's trading like in a bull market. You'll be trading below the Kumo cloud. In a bear market, you're trading above the Kumo cloud. Okay, that's what that means. All right. The next column here is your alerts column. In the alerts column, starting at columns J, and it runs over until column S. So columns J through S are your alerts. Okay, and you see we have the overbought, we have the oversold, we have the pulse scan swing VIX. That is a swing trade signal. It is a positive signal. It means you have a buy signal at that point for that day only. Okay. On the column N, that's your bot checks. That's also a swing trade type of signal, letting you know when selling pressure is peaking in a market. Okay. Column O is your high volatility alert. High volatility means you can expect expanded trading ranges where the market's going to run to the highs and lows of the day throughout the day, possibly putting in new highs and new lows throughout the day. Just a crazy volatile market. Column P is your rally alerts. Column Q is your crash alerts. Okay. Column R is your positive momentum for the day, and column S is your negative momentum for the day. Okay. So if it's a green here and there's a 1 there, you can expect some bullishness in that market. We're looking for follow through. Likewise, if you have a 1 here in this negative momentum side, we're looking for some selling pressure to enter into the market for the day. All right, pulse waves start at column U. Okay, from column U to column AA, those are your pulse waves. Column V is your initial long profit target if you go long. Column W is the price trigger at which you will go long if you have a buy signal in column X. Okay, so if you have a buy signal in column X, you'll have a 1 there. Use column W as your price trigger to buy into the market, and our initial profit targets are here. This is where we see the market going. These are projections based on the power of that particular market and how it's strengthening and where we expect it to go within the next 6 to 12 months. Likewise, if you have a negative pulse wave and you're looking to sell short the market, column Z will give you a 1 in it. Column Y is your sell short price trigger, and column AA is telling you where you're looking for the market to go. Sometimes you'll get a negative reading, like for instance in the cotton, it's giving you negative 68.10. Ignore the negative sign and just look at the actual price it's giving you. All right, so it's saying 68 cents, for the cotton. Okay, that's what that's saying, versus the $1.44 is at now. Okay, so that's where that's at. All right, moving over. Column AC is your confirmed pulse wave breakouts. Okay, if you have a buy signal, you'll have it listed here in column AE, and then use column AD as your price trigger to enter the market. Likewise, if you have a sell short signal, you're going to use column AH to look for that 1, and then use column AG to enter into the market short. Columns AI through AM are your stop loss triggers and trailing stop loss triggers. Okay, so what you're going to be looking to do is, if you are long a confirmed pulse wave breakout, use column AI as your initial stop. Okay, if you're short a confirmed pulse wave breakout, use column AJ as your stop. Okay, if you're long a pulse wave, use column AL as your initial stop loss. If you're short on a negative pulse wave, use column AM as your stop. And after you're into the position, using the rules listed in the user manual tab, use column AK as your trailing stop in reverse. All right, and mostly, again, you have to read the rules, but you're just going to use it as a stop, not necessarily stop in reverse. But we put that there because there are times we will actually reverse our position, and we'll get into more about that later in some additional tutorials. One last thing on the confirmed pulse wave breakouts and the initial pulse wave. Remember, a pulse wave signal is good until the order is filled or until we get a new signal. Okay, doesn't matter if that ticket stays open for 2 weeks. It is good until it is filled or until we get a new signal at a new price. Likewise, with the confirmed breakout, those signals are usually good for 1 week. Okay, on the confirmed pulse wave breakouts, those signals are usually good for 1 week normally. All right, on the Pandora Day Trader tab, that starts at section AQ. Okay, Pandora Day Trader tab. All right, now on here it's self-explanatory. Remember, if you that signals that we got before, where it said first long, here it is right here. Second long, right here. First short, right here in AV. Second short is right here in AW. All right, self-explanatory. Okay, column BB is your Ichimoku charts. Okay, and you'll see your T line is column BC, and your K line is column BG. Your top of the Kumo cloud resistance is in column BD, and your Kumo support area is column BF. Okay. RSID, if you recall, stands for intraday ID, intraday resistance and support. That's what that number is. Okay. Column BH is your long-term trend line. That is the long-term trend line. Okay, letting you know where if we're above that. If we're trading above this price, we're bullish. We're trading below that price, we're in a bear market. It's just that simple. All right, next column is your volume. Then the next one over is where we start the Fibonacci retracement section in column BN. Okay, this is where we are. It gives you your Fibonacci resistance level in column BO, Fibonacci support level in column BP, and then it gives you your current retracement levels off those support and resistance lines, and then it tells you what your current retracement reading is. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. That's it in a nutshell. It'll take some time to get used to the execution of things, but within a week you should be able to lick this if you're brand new to it. It's really not that difficult. All right, so there you have it. That is the how to read the post-wave system spreadsheet, and additional tutorials will come as warranted and needed, but most of that will just take place in the trading room. So anyway, be encouraged. Remember to take what you can and give nothing back.